Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Bringing My Guitars Back to Life. This is a Telecaster replica that I bought from a friend of mine. I did spray paint this guitar myself in nitrocellulose jet black, including the neck, which has a vintage amber tint to it. This guitar has had a lot of years of playing and I wasn't being very generous with it. You will probably see the amount of scratches that I did on it, but obviously that's what guitars are made for. It had a lot of rehearsal playtime, mostly during rehearsals going from one place to another, and not too much stage time. So it's time to give it some maintenance. So starting off, I'm going to remove the strings as I usually do. If you haven't checked my previous guitar episodes, please make sure to click the link below. As usual, I'll grab my trusty baby wipes and I'll start rubbing it on the fretboard to remove any dirt or grime. So this is a maple fretboard, as you can see. So I am not going to use any fretboard oil or anything. I usually just leave it as it is, and I'll just insert the side of my fingernails and go through the frets to clean any excess off. I'm gonna start taping off the fretboard like I did in my previous episodes. This procedure, I usually do it in all of my guitars. It gives you good access to the frets, so you could give them a good polish before you put the strings back on. So I'll be using some polish on top of the frets. I usually use some steel wool on top of these, but unfortunately I'm out of them and I didn't have time to go buy, so this will have to do. It will still get the job done. So now I'm removing the pickguard screws to see the situation of the wiring, and also I'll probably disconnect everything and move on to the body on its own. It needs a very good clean, so I might as well do it now in front of you guys. We'll also be removing the ashtray bridge. This is what it's called on a Telecaster. At least I had the decency to ground the bridge as well 10 years ago, so that's a good sign. I'm starting to remove the pickup to properly clean the ashtray cover. I believe that's what it's called on a Tele. Before I proceed to removing the control plate, and I'll get to polishing the guitar. So on second thoughts, I've decided not to unplug anything from the back. Wiring seems to be okay, but I don't want to put any stress on the pots if I'm going to be reusing them. So in this case, I'm going to polish and clean the guitar body around it to make sure that I revive the paint without any hesitations of plugging the things back together. This was one of my first nitrocellulose finishes that I've ever done, and this turned out really good. I'm really happy with this result. You can immediately see that the paint job was done right. There's immediate gloss effect on this. This was the jet black color, and it has been on this guitar for about 10 years. The first thing I'm going to be using is an extreme cutting compound. I'm using this just to remove a tiny bit of scratch marks that I've been doing for the past years. It's not going to perfect the finish, but it's going to lift off just a tiny bit of the marks to kind of preserve the finish a bit better. So I'm using an applicator pad, and I'm just simply going to put a few drops and applying this by hand. Next, I'm going to be using the fine grade polish that goes after the extreme cutting compound to also lift up any swirl marks. I'm also using the other side of the applicator pad. Make sure you don't mix compounds together because you will be doing it for nothing. Next thing I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna get a brush and I'm just gonna simply pull away all the dirt that's currently in the ashtray cover, and I'll proceed to adding a bit of polishing compound to the steel plate to prevent any further rust. Connect the pickup back in place. Now I just want to make sure that the bridge pole is sitting on top of the bridge wire, like so. And we'll screw the bridge back in. So the pickup height will be adjusted at a later stage. I'm just giving it a base line of height. It will be adjusted once the strings are on. And I'm going to move on to installing the saddles back in. Okay, the saddles are on, but barely. This is because we will be adjusting the intonation of the guitar through these. We wouldn't know the exact positioning of the saddles until we string this guitar back up, we tune, and then we check from the 12th fret to the bridge with a tuner. This guitar suffers from the same problem as the previous video. One of the main reasons why I put it on the side is because during rehearsals it started cutting off, and I have a suspicion that the output jack is doing the same thing that the previous guitar that I fixed recently has the same thing, aka corrosion in the guitar jack. We just need to swap the output jack again. So this is the old and this is the new. This is going to be the ground point and this is going to be the hot side. So I'm currently setting up the string height with these. So I have a comfortable string action. The neck is straight. I just need to straighten the strings according to the fretboard scale. And then we'll move on to intonating the strings one by one using the Polytune tuner. So guitar is now in tune, string height has been adjusted, and now I just need to set up the intonation. First you have to tune the string to the key that you want it to be in, then hit the 12th fret, see if it's sharp or flat. In this case, it's fine. If the note is sharp, that means you have to tighten the screws of the saddles to move the bridge backwards. If it's flat, then you have to loosen the screw of the saddle and adjust accordingly.